For today's topic, I've picked favorite snacks on Weight Watchers, Savory. Stay tuned. Hello. Today I'm continuing my series on snacks while I'm on Weight Watchers. So today I am going to do my top 5 favorite savory snacks. Unlike what I talked about last time, I don't have the sweet cravings like I used to. Mainly, I have salt cravings nowadays. And I've really had to come up with some low smart point snacks in order to fight those salt cravings. I don't know that any of you have the salt cravings, but I do almost daily. Not as much lately, but I still have them. Oh, and I forgot. I don't just have 5 today. I've got 2 bonus favorites that I'll add at the end. Stay tuned so you'll see what they are. Let's get started. Number 5. Quaker makes a lightly salted rice cake. That's what this is. It has 1 smart point and 35 calories. That's number 1. Sometimes I actually put something on top of it, and I'll share a little bit more about that in my favorite number 3. But if I'm desperate and have very little time to make a decision, I'll pick that because I can eat it within just a few minutes. Okay, my favorite, number 4. This is something that some of you have never even heard of. I've only been using it probably for the last couple of months because I didn't even know it existed until then. It's a product by La Banderita, which I have been eating their larger wrap for a few years. But this is called a street taco. And as you notice, it's pretty small. So I will eat one of these because one of them is 0 smart points, and a slice of tomato or maybe some kind of vegetable added on top. But it's sort of like the rice cake. I can eat it by itself if I'm desperate, especially because it's 0 smart points. Now, if you eat 2, it does turn into 1 smart point, but 1 is 0. Number 4. Okay, number 3, this snack, I have been eating it almost since the first of my Weight Watcher journey. I found it early on by going on the app and seeing that other people were eating it. I was curious, so I bought some. And early on, I ate it, oh gosh, I would say at least 3 times a week. Now, not as much, but I still always make sure I have a fresh jar of it in my pantry. And it's called PB2. Now, I specifically eat this. This is a peanut butter mix. You add water to it, and it becomes the consistency of peanut butter. I also, when I'm making up 2 tablespoons of it, I will add just a little bit of salt, because right to begin with, I thought it was pretty bland. And if I just added just a little bit of salt before I added the water, I found out that it was a lot more palatable. Now, I will make up a mix of this, slice up a banana, and eat them together. It almost is like a salty sweet snack. And so it's a good afternoon snack for me, and it's 1 smart point. 1 smart point. And when you make up the 2 tablespoons of it, it is 60 calories. PB2. That was number 3. Now, with that PB2, I will also put it on the lightly salted rice cake occasionally, but I don't feel like I have to. Okay, now, number 2. This was something that I started hunting for this year because of a situation I went through last year. I found that I was eating way too many pretzels last year because I would buy a bag full of them and I would probably eat 2 servings at a time. Now the servings were only 3 Smart Points a piece, but I was eating at least 6. And I honestly believe that's why I gained some weight last year. I really do. I needed the salt, or thought I needed the salt. So I found these this year that keep me disciplined. And it's pretzels that are prepackaged. This is put out by Rolled Gold. For this package, it's 110 calories and 3 Smart Points. I will also eat this as a side with a sandwich or something like that. But if I'm struggling, if you notice, this has the most points of anything I've mentioned so far. And it's just 3, so it's pretty good. I have another version of this that I found, but they are a lot harder to find. They are made by Snyder, and they're mini pretzels. Now this only has 50 calories. And so for this whole bag, it's just 1 Smart Point. Now it's obvious that it's not the same amount as the Rolled Gold. But if I don't have the Smart Points available, I'll pick up the 1 Smart Point quicker than I will the 3 Smart Points. And they all taste the same. Now, that's my top 4. My top 1 is something that I have been eating off and on, at least for 2 years. And it does take some preparation. But for me, it's so worth it. And I'm going to have to reach over here for it because there are several parts to it. I made a video last year sometime describing my ranch dip. And it is a low Smart Point version of a ranch dip. And the main ingredient is the Hidden Valley. Let me make sure. It's the Hidden Valley seasoning dressing mix. And I couldn't find this earlier. We've gone through so many different times where things are not available in the grocery store like they used to. But I have found it now, and I guard it with my life because I only have to use 1 teaspoon of this for each batch that I make of my ranch dip. 1 teaspoon. This is the type of mayonnaise that I've been eating probably a good 10 years, maybe even 15. It's Hellmann's. For a whole tablespoon, it's only 1 Smart Point. And so with my ranch dip, 1 tablespoon of the Hellmann's mayonnaise. And then the plain Greek yogurt. Now, my favorite of the plain Greek yogurt, which is 0 Smart Points, is the Chobani. And the reason it is because I can find this at just almost every grocery store in my area. And I can't some of the other brands. So I've just found out that this is what I'm going to get. And I like the consistency of it. It's a little thicker than some of the others. And so it makes a great dip. But I use 2 tablespoons of the Chobani plain Greek yogurt. I mix them up good. I put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes so that it will incorporate all of the flavors. And it does come out like a ranch dip. And to me, it's good. It has just a little bit of a tartness to it, but that's okay. I don't want it to be sweet. I want it to be, a little salty or a little savory. And this is what I always try to eat with it. I will slice me up a cucumber, or I'll get me some grape tomatoes, or this is my favorite part of it, is cauliflower. I don't eat a lot of cauliflower, but I sure do like it, especially with this ranch dip. I try to make the ranch dip when I can find that mix. I try to make it at least once a week. And it makes, that would be 3 tablespoons of the dip. Well, usually in the afternoon, I won't eat a whole 3 tablespoons. Maybe a little over a tablespoon of it is how much I'll eat. And that would be like a half a serving. And the great thing about it is the whole amount is only 1 smart point. And it comes from the mayonnaise. If you only eat half of it, it's 0 smart points. With all those vegetables, and it has truly become one of my very favorite snacks. And I do try to eat it once a week. Of course, I have to have a lot on hand, a lot of different ingredients on hand to be able to eat it. But the time that I have to spend to make it, it's worth every second of it. Now, I promised two bonus snacks. And I don't have either one of them here, but you're going to know what they are. The first one is a boiled egg. Now, that may not sound like a snack, but if you're desperate, you will reach for anything in your refrigerator. And I've found over the years that you can get pre-boiled eggs at the grocery store. Now, normally I just fix some boiled eggs early in the week so that I'll have them at the ready. But you can get them at the grocery store already boiled so that you could get at them quicker. But I like fresh ones just a little bit better. That was bonus number 1. Now, bonus number 2 may really sound strange to you, but I have used that as a snack, and it's corn on the cob. I buy the kind of corn on the cob that still has a little bit of the husk on it, and I will position the husk where it covers it, put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, turn it over, and then put it back in the microwave for another 2 minutes. So within 5 minutes, I'm ready to eat that corn on the cob. Now, this is something important. I don't add butter to it anymore. I used to, but I don't now. I just put a little bit of salt, and I found out I actually like corn on the cob better without all that butter smeared on top of it than I ever did for all those years that I was eating it. It really is one of my favorites. I don't eat it as a snack very often, but I did want to put it in as a bonus snack because it is something that I keep on hand all the time. Well, that's all I had for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Know it was a little long, but hopefully you enjoyed it enough to stay. If you do like it, give me a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get all my videos. And if you think someone would benefit from it, please share. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.